I think the reality is we can't deal with them as human beings. We have to deal with them as what their purpose is, what they're able to do. We have to put agents in their own categories, robots in their own categories, chatbots in their own categories, all these sorts of things, which is kind of an evolution of thinking. In terms of how we deal with security. Because 10 years ago, if I was teaching identity and access management, I was talking about identities being both humans, applications, objects, assets, things like that, because that was the way to do it. It
Mhm.
can't be that way now. It's got to be separate, distinct identities where they have their own form and function, and they're able to carry out certain actions. And we also are able to put restrictions around them based on what they are and the capabilities that they're able to do. Because we're not going to be compromised through prompt injection as humans, because we don't have the ability to do that. The agents will. So therefore, we need to treat them differently. What do you think about that?
I think there's a lot to unpack there. I I understand the need to identify them. Um, and I don't know that we all have the answers yet, right? I understand the need. I've had some people say to me, well, gee, I'm just going to tie that agent to a human. So therefore, I'm going to give that agent the same permissions that that human has. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. But what about ephemeral agents? For example, we're entering um, an era where agents will make other agents to do things, to get a task job, to get a task done. How are you going to care for the um, permissions of that ephemeral agent? How are you going to ensure that that ephemeral agent can only do its job and then be done doing its job? How are you going to turn off those permissions? Right? There's all these nested things that we haven't thought about because we haven't had to deal with these things before.